Hello, hello. Hello there. I hope you're all having a fine, fabulous day. I am looking forward to our funky little Thursday stream here. Let me just add the link to submit in case, because I kind of forgot. Submit your demos here. Bloop, 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 boom. Okay, cool. Very well. Probably not going to be a long stream. It'll be just a short one, and then we'll do another one on Saturday when people actually have time. Because normally nobody's got time on a Thursday. But we'll take a listen. All right. Starting off with Dirty Octopus, experimental electronica. Let's take a listen. Dirty Octopus. Okay. Okay. I have thoughts about this. Oh, this is cool. This is super weird, though. Cool. Okay.
Progress.
Working in progress. Oh yeah. Okay. I would say for me the biggest point of feedback I have is it just feels like the whole track is this. It's just kind of edging you the whole time. Like, I just don't understand the point of the arrangement. Because it feels like it's constantly at the edge of building up to something. It's just edging you the whole time. You never quite climb up to what feels like a drop, but you also never really drop below there being a sort of this, like, building energy. So it's a bit confusing for me because I don't really know what the song is about and where the song is trying to go with me. This intro is fine. This is probably even the best part of the song, even if the way that these like pitch bendy things happen in the melody is a little bit goofy. But then it's from here where like we're pitching up to like it's not going anywhere. Even here, we like get this little bit. And we kind of just end up right back where we were. Like we don't really change a huge amount in terms of energy. So This for me is like a bit rough. I think here, this is good. This is like a nice change. These drums are fine. I think tone-wise, they have a really cool character. They're just missing a bit of punch. So I would say, you know, just give it a little bit of transient shaping, or you could just add extra transient layers if you want. Because there's these really thumpy drums, which is cool, but it just doesn't quite match the how full everything is and how like kind of like sharp, I guess everything is. I don't know how to describe it, but it just feels like it's missing clickier, punchier drums. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. No, what the fuck? No, I wanted to move this here. No. Also not all the way over. Alright, buddy. Unsplit. Here we go. Cool. Alright, yeah, I think that's all I got to say about this. Next up we got Reality from Kelly B. Work in progress. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Cool, let's go. Okay. That's nice. That's very nice. Ooh. I love this extra, like, saw lead, man. It's so nice. Okay. Whoa. This is interesting because this arrangement is so like, it's so short overall. Like we're not even making 2 minutes, but I don't dislike it. I think considering all of the elements that are in here, it's actually quite nice. Quite nicely arranged. I do think the first build is a bit rushed, like this. Like this just feels very fast, and I kind of wanted to sit with this first. I think if you let this exist for a bit longer, like give it another 8 bars, to actually, I don't know how to describe this, but like create emotional momentum, so that then when we get here, it's like, it'll make this feet, maybe not hit harder, but hit deeper, because you'll have all this. Like, this is super, super cool. I really like this pattern you have set up for your build overall. Just, to me, it just needs to be more spaced out. I like your second break a lot. I think it's cool. You've got, like, this melody, counter melodies, all going around the vocal, which just works super well. This has the same issue that a lot of your other tracks have, which is that you've chosen like a splice vocal and then you almost like try to hide it. Like you're not quite on board with it being what it is. Which I understand, but at the same time, if you're gonna have a vocal, you might as well commit to it. And I'm really feeling like that's missing a bit here, where it just feels like you're still a little bit afraid of this vocal. Like you don't want people to know that it's there, but also you want people to know it's there. And that's something for me. I would just turn this up and like commit to the vocal, or don't, or commit to something else. But you can only really find out if the vocal is going to work if you commit to it. Not that there isn't, like, for example, Haze does this quite well, where there'll be like vocals that are more so used as like samples to fill in the background. This doesn't feel like one of those, though. It feels like it should be a bit in front. So most of it just involves like bringing up the volume and maybe making it a bit drier. But that's a taste thing. Just generally, if you're going to have like a lead vocal, you want it to be dry and in front. Well, in front meaning that it has to be a bit drier than the rest of the mix so that it can kind of poke through all of that reverb and stuff. I really like the this though. This whole like way of arranging is actually really nice. It surprised me in a nice way, and I didn't feel like I was getting jump scared at the same time. So very well done with that. Super happy with this. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me check my notes. Yep. Yeah, and for all I said about the vocal, I think it does fit nicely. Like it really does fit well. It's just a mixing thing from... What the fuck is this? Guys, what images are you attaching to your songs? Like, what? Make it bounce! Oh yeah, girl. Make it bounce. Okay. This is microtonal? Whoa, okay. Good thing that you told me. Okay. Oh, yo, this is nice. Whoa. This is great so far, wow. This like like C part is so cool. All right. Wow. Okay. First of all, I think this is actually like such a nicely put together bass house track. It's not... It both is familiar, but yet it's also like quite distinct, where there's not like one song that be like, oh, it's this song or it's that song or it's this other song. Like it's actually got quite a unique sound to it with this B part, and it's very familiar and catchy on the A part. Like I feel like you did a really good job not fucking up the A part. Which is personally something I always struggled with this. Is just like kind of doing too much a lot of the times. I do definitely feel the sense of like the A bass really feels like it needs to be maximized in terms of its crunchiness, and it's like it just feels like the sound design needs a little bit more attention. Because it's a good sound, it just I feel like you can get more out of it. Like it definitely feels a bit muddy. I'll try and EQ it for fun, but I'm not sure I'm expecting to get a whole lot out of this. I have a feeling this needs to be... Obviously, I'm adding a lot of volume in the way I'm EQing this. I think it's mostly just like taking out a bit of the muddy stuff going on in your bass, and then just brightening it up in other places. I also added a bit of sub because it just felt like sometimes just giving it a bit of extra sub, especially when you take out some of that like muddier stuff that you feel like is the bass at like 200 hertz, 250 hertz, 280 hertz. When you take some of that out, and then boost the sub afterwards, it can really rebalance and make the bass sound actually much bassier and much meatier, which is a funny side effect because you're like, okay, well, are these low frequencies not also part of the bass? And it's like, yes, but you only want so many of them. If you take them all out, it sounds papery. But if you have too many of them, it starts to sound really muddy and just like takes a lot away from the clarity of the bass. What else? I wrote a couple other things down. Yeah. So I think that your arrangement overall is good, although I find the second break gets a bit boring. Like once we get to here, it feels like it's kind of just coasting and not going somewhere. I think your builds are also just fine. I think they could be more exciting. Personally, my reference for builds is always going to be Knock 2, regardless of if you're doing trap or not trap. I think if you go listen to those build-ups and then just try and emulate a few of those things, you will improve your builds a lot. And then, yeah, I guess like this out transition here, it's just a bit of a missed opportunity. Like it just kind of comes across quite flat. And it would be cool if you did a little bit more there, considering it's going to be like the last part of this song. It can be nice sometimes to go out with a cool set of effects, but not necessary, just something that struck me. I was like, okay, kind of just ends. Yeah. Last up, because I told you guys it's gonna be a short stream. Numbers Whip. Next run from Dirty Octopus. Let's take a listen.
Numbers.
I'm already liking this better.
Emotions.
Nice. Great arrangement so far. Whoa, oh my god, yeah. Whoa! What the hell? This is so cool! This is so cool!
Did you lose count? Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10.
Okay. Okay. First of all, way better than the other one you sent. And that's not, this is just really, really cool. This feels like there's a whole complete idea in here. It gives me it reminds me quite a bit of like a couple of these like, not Shulkenwood tracks, what are they called? The ones they do every year with the big number on the cover that they do in 24 hours. I'm forgetting what it's called. It's like Better Together. I don't know. It's something. Anyway, there are quite a few tracks on there that are like very. How shall I say? They have this element of like breaking the fourth wall. They can be quite meta, and this gives me a little bit of that. And it's really nicely done. Like, I think the contrast from here is so good. And it feels organic. Like, it feels like that's how it's supposed to be. It does start edging quite a bit again at like 120. But here it feels like it's kind of the point. I think a lot of that comes down to this vocal, which I think keep it, continue to emphasize it. I don't know if you ever intend to make the track longer. I think it somehow feels a bit short as well. This song, like, it feels like it actually this idea has more runtime to build and kind of play on this idea of numbers, whatever it's supposed to be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you lose count? Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, I would say after this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would kind of be nice to go into like a really sweet Botanica break. And then you have so many choices about like, do you tell us if the numbers are okay the way they are, or does everything just kind of blow up in the end, or do we just drift away into nothingness? It just feels like there's like a whole nother third act for the song that's missing. But what's there, I like. Very, very cool. And I guess that's our stream because I've run out of songs. So I'll be back on Saturdays. I'll be back in like 3 days. No, 2 days. Tomorrow, yeah. So yeah, you don't have to wait long for me. Thank you for sending in your tunes, and goodbye.